I cannot see.
Okay. Why? What happened? The slide is already in Edmodo. Those who cannot view my screen can go to the Edmodo and the slide. Sorry, the line is breaking here. Okay, can I take the attendance first? Adish, just say yes, teacher, because my line also breaking here. Okay, Amiwa, are you here? Here? Amiwa, I can see you ready. Fiona?
Yes, teacher.
Fiona?
Yes, teacher.
Ashria? Ashria, okay, Fiona, thank you. Ashria?
Teacher.
Paman?
Yes, teacher.
Waifa? Waifa? Waifa?
Teacher, your sharing screen is very laggy. Very blurry.
Yes, Waifa? Jose?
Yes, teacher.
Josephine?
Yes, teacher.
Iso?
Yes, teacher.
Iso? Chayani?
I said good morning,
Yes,
class.
Chayani?
Where is the response?
Sheng-an?
yes, teacher.
Okay, Sheng-an?
Where's the rest of you? Claire, Chiu, Jin, and Kong.
Sheng-an?
Off. Off.
Sheng-an? Sheng-wei?
Okay, remember where we stop.
Yes, teacher.
Where's
Which one
Sheng-wei?
your learners do? Turn to
Yes,
page
teacher.
74 and 75.
Okay.
74 and
Then
75.
how about
Can you hear me?
Sheng-an?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Zunshen?
Teacher.
Zunshen?
Lashminia?
Asher? Sorry. Zinza? Okay, Zunshen. Zinza, are you in the call?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good morning everyone. Sorry about just now because the line was breaking. Okay, if my line is breaking, please let me know because I'm using school Wi-Fi. Okay, so the topic that we're going to cover for today is parallelogram and also its properties as well. So, do you all still remember what is quadrilateral and which one is the not quadrilateral? So, for this topic, we're going to learn about the parallelogram and also rhombus and trapezium and also about its properties. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen. Can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Okay. Can you see my screen or not?
Can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes, we can see. Can see, but very
Okay, so
blurry.
the topic is blurry.
Joyce.
It's okay. That's why teacher said in your Edmodo. Okay, so four-sided figures. Four-sided figures. You have to know what is quadrilateral in four-sided figures. Okay, what is a quadrilateral? It's a four-sided polygon with four angles, and then the sum of each interior angles should be 360 degree. But remember that quadrilateral we should have four-sided
Lashminia, can you hear me?
four-sided polygon with four angles. Remember that
Turn to page
the
74
shape
and 75.
which has four-sided, we call it as quadrilateral. And remember, the interior angles means the total angles of every quadrilateral is 360 degree. Please do remember this because this is very important to answer the questions on. The total should be 360 degree. Any questions on that?
Focus on today's lesson.
Any question? No, right?
Teacher.
Okay, good. So, first of all, you have to know. Okay, quadrilateral, you all know already.
Okay, now go back to page 71. Let's look at the story.
And then, what are the types of
Go to page
quadrilateral
71. Remember the
we
story?
have?
How
Okay,
the bear lost
square.
his tail? Part 1.
Square is the quadrilateral. Rectangle also is a quadrilateral. Parallelogram also is a quadrilateral. Rhombus is also quadrilateral. Trapezium also quadrilateral. Kite. Can you see the shapes like the kite? We call it as a quadrilateral because it has four-sided also. No matter which shapes, the shape which has four-sided, we call it as a quadrilateral. And then can you see the cyclic quadrilateral is also have four-sided. Okay. So all these shapes we call it as a quadrilateral. The names of the shapes are different. We call it as a square, rectangle, parallelograms, rhombus, trapezium, kite, so far and so on. But all these shapes we call it as a quadrilateral because we should have four-sided, and then the total interior of all these shapes, square, rectangle, parallelogram until trapezium, all the interior angles are how many degrees, class? All the interior angles, how many degrees for all the shapes? Who can tell the teacher? What is the total interior angles?
Bears.
Hello,
Come again, bears.
180,
class.
180 degree.
180 degree? No.
360.
Very good. 360 degree because teacher said any shapes which has four-sided figures, the total interior angle should be 360 degrees. Okay, very good. So, as you all know, what is rectangles and squares, correct? I don't think so you all have doubts on what is rectangles and squares because all the shapes we have learned in grade 4 as well, correct? So rectangles and squares, but the important thing what we need to learn in a rectangle is, okay, is there is a rectangle, rectangle is a quadrilateral. Is the rectangle is a quadrilateral?
Had long,
Class,
fluffy tails.
class.
Bears were
Am I talking to the wall? Is the rectangle is quadrilateral?
bears
Yes,
were
teacher, yes, quadrilateral.
Yes, because teacher said quadrilateral we should have four sides. And then what learn in rectangle means what is the properties of rectangle? Sorry, the line is breaking here. Okay, what we need to learn from the rectangle? As usual, we have the opposite sides. So two opposite sides we have is a parallel, correct? And then all the interior angles is 360 degree, but we have four right angle, correct? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have four right angle, right? So what, how many degrees is for one right angle? Who can tell the teacher? Class, how many degree for one right angle? Class.
90.
Very good. We have 90 degree for each right angle. Correct? All the angles are right angle. Here 1, 2, 3 and also 4. So the total of the degree for this quadrilateral is, who can tell to teacher?
bears had a very long and
360.
tail.
Very good. Is 360 degree. It have. So no more, no less. Exact 360 degree. Okay, very Okay, thank you.
Why are
So,
they so
perimeter. Okay,
clumsy?
who still remember the perimeter and also the area? How to calculate the perimeter of a rectangle and then how to calculate the area of a rectangle?
Fox is to blame.
Perimeter is to add
Hmm?
the the
The best
centimeter of each of the length
What we
and
need to add?
length add up the length and width of the shape.
Okay. Okay,
For
very good.
area, you must
So, perimeter.
multiply
Wait,
the
one by one. Hello,
length
hello,
and width.
hello, hello. Perimeter first.
Go back to page
Okay,
74.
perimeter first. Okay, good.
In
Perimeter, we have to add up all the outer lines, correct? We have to add up all the sides. For example,
Today we are going to learn about
for
characters
example,
and setting. What does it
can
mean
you
by
all see the
character and
rectangle
setting?
here? We have x for the length and then the height we have y, correct? So the perimeter is x plus y and then one more x here and then one more y here. So we have to add up the sides, correct? To find the total of the perimeter of a rectangle.
What is
Understand?
character and what is setting?
Understand or not, class?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. So for perimeter, what we need to do is we have to add up all the sides only for the perimeter.
Okay.
But for the rectangle, please remember the formula that we have learned last time, which is multiply the length with the width. Means length multiply with the width. So how to calculate the area of a rectangle?
So character will be people or animal. So in this story, we are talking
How
about
to calculate
people or animal.
the area of a rectangle?
Raising. In this story, we are talking about
How
people
to
or
calculate
animals.
the area of a rectangle, class?
Length
Talk
times
with
width.
yourself.
Fox.
Length
Okay.
time width. Okay, how? For the example here,
Hello.
x we have to multiply with the
Y.
So in this story,
y. Very good. Is for rectangle. So the very important thing that you need to know is the formula. Formula, the multiply the length with the width. So every time when you want to show the working of the rectangle, you have to write the formula. It's very, very important. No formula is what I did when you were in grade 4. No marks will be given, correct? Correct or not? This is what I did right last year. No working, sorry, working is a must, but no formula, the marks will be deducted. Correct or not?
the best image. Look around the
Correct or
room.
not?
You can see
Yes, teacher.
long.
Yes. Okay. And then, how about for the square? As you all know,
You know, this is character.
the shape of the square means all the sides are equal length for the square. You all should know, right? Means all the four sides. Okay. But rectangle, as you all know, only the two sides are parallel and then the opposite two sides are parallel. Okay. But for the square, all the understand? What is a square? Square is the quadrilateral.
I didn't get response.
The square is a quadrilateral. Is the square is a quadrilateral? Yes or no?
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher,
Yes, very good. Why? Because
teacher,
why?
see,
My question is,
Huh?
now that do you know what is character and setting now?
Again?
teacher, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, character
when you
is
use your video share, it's like slow.
the story
Slow?
talking about. So when we are writing a story,
Class, is my voice
we should
slow?
talk about
No,
animals.
no, your video share, your video share.
Is my video sharing is slow, class?
No.
No. Then what happened?
You're talking
Your
about a
line is
square.
breaking.
Oh, I
Your line is breaking,
The
Ashriya.
story is So in this story,
Yes.
Okay, class. Okay, how about for the properties of a square?
correct or not? The main character is the bear.
How about the
second
properties
character
of
is
a
the,
square?
Fox. Okay, hold on for a while. Please sit in distance. Ethan, Jackson. Jackson, go sit down.
How about the properties of a square?
Yes.
Okay, what is the properties of a square? Who can tell the teacher? Any one of the characteristics of a square? Just now
Square
I
has
have
four.
explained about
Square has four sides.
4 sides, yes. Okay, then
The
4 sides are what?
congruent.
Huh?
Listen, character
Good.
is who is the
4 sides are equal is very important thing. Okay. So what is the total internal angle for a square?
it can be animals, it can
360 degrees.
360 degrees. Listen. Listen. Go and sit down.
about your toys. So your toys is the character of the story.
Okay, so the total internal angle is 360 degrees, correct? Why? May I know why? Total internal angle for square is 360 degrees.
Because has four angles that are all 90 degrees.
What's his name?
Okay, that's one thing. But why the internal angle for this square is okay? Yes, correct. Because 90 degree. Because and one more reason what we can tell is square have four what?
Four sides.
4 sides. Very good. Okay. So now for the perimeter, how to find the perimeter of a square?
Not yet. 71. Go back to page 71.
How to find the perimeter of a square?
Who is the story talking about? Who's the character in the story? We are talking about a
Class, how to find the perimeter of a square?
okay. Do you have any other character in the story?
Am I talking to my screen or I'm talking to myself?
Other characters. Character means the people or animal.
Class,
People or animal in the
class,
okay.
Yes,
how
teacher.
to find the perimeter of a square?
Your question, do you understand what is character?
Times times the length of it by
Pimpin, do you understand?
Hello, how to find the perimeter of a square?
Add all the sides.
Side plus
Very
side
good.
times
Add
side
up.
times side times side.
Okay, add up all the sides. A plus A plus A plus A means AD, correct? So perimeter, the method is same. No matter it is triangle, squares, any shapes. The perimeter is the same method we have to use, which is we have to add up all the sides. Understand? And for the square,
Jackson, what's your temperature?
okay, for the square, how to find square? Who still remember the formula? Who still remember the formula? Who can tell the teacher the formula? The formula that we have used for the rectangle is the same formula we have to use for the square. Who still
Side
remember
plus
the
side.
formula? Side plus side. Hello, I
Side.
didn't teach you before.
Times
No,
side.
I'm asking the formula of area.
Where is my story to
Formula for the area of a square, my dear class. Not side times side time. What is the formula?
Now what?
Who still remember?
length times close to area.
Length times
Width.
Zoo is a place, right?
width. Very good. Length time width, which means AB multiplied BC or A times A. Understand? So this is how we're going to calculate the area of a square. Okay, now is about the parallelogram. This parallelogram is a quadrilateral or not a quadrilateral?
Two characters in this story.
Class, the parallelogram is a quadrilateral or not
What you
quadrilateral?
have to do is say three things about fox and say
I
three
won't
things about bear.
move
Which means you have
to
to
the next slide until you all open your
Later.
mouth and talk.
adjective
Quadrilateral or
describes
not a
noun.
quadrilateral?
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral, very good. Why?
Because it has four
Because
sides.
it's 4 sides.
Yes, because we have
So now
Four
you
sides.
have to
four sides. Okay, so all the opposite sides are parallel, which means BC is parallel to AD, correct? Can you all see the symbol here? The symbol is the only one arrow, correct? Arrow BC and AD is the opposite sides, and then the arrow AB to DC also is the opposite sides, correct? Also parallel. Understand or not?
Yes.
Understand or not?
is fox is a good
Yes, teacher.
good animal.
Okay, so why we say parallelogram is a quadrilateral? Why? Because we have four what?
Four sides.
Four sides. Very good. Okay, what is the interior angle for parallelogram, class? What is the interior angle of parallelogram?
What the fox did to
Very good. 360 degree is the total interior angle for parallelogram. So,
what the fox
no matter which shape, if the shape has four sides,
yes
the total interior angle should be 360 degree. Okay, what we can learn from this parallelogram here? Okay, we have angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. As I said earlier, as I mentioned earlier, okay, now who can tell to teacher which line is parallel to which line? Who can tell to teacher? You can see the arrow here, the differentiation between the arrow here, correct? So who can tell to teacher which line is parallel to which line? Means opposite to which lines? Opposite sides. Who can tell to teacher? Just give me one example.
saying that if you put your tail down there, you can
My dear
catch
class,
fish. But
my dear class,
listen, but the bear didn't know
Yes,
that
teacher.
fish
line
Yes, teacher.
is parallel to which line? Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher. Yes,
AB
teacher. This is the
to
only
BC.
reply I heard from you. I'm hearing from you all.
what words can you use to describe the
Who can tell the teacher which line is opposite to which line? Means which line is parallel to which line?
AB parallel to DC.
okay, so another
AB parallel to DC, and then
what is evil? Another two more words.
and then
Liar.
one more pair is what?
Very good. So the bear was evil, liar. One more thing about the fox.
DC to
Joyce?
AB.
Very good. DC also we can tell DC is equals to AB, and then AD also is equals to BC. Okay, this one is to identify the parallel lines or the opposite sides of the shape. But how to find the angles? Okay, even though teacher say the total interior angle is 360 degrees, but what is the opposite interior angle? Okay, let's say B angle C angle D, right? So for parallelograms, remember that angle C
Correct?
is
Okay, now
equal
let's
to
describe
angle
that.
C. Means angle A is equals to angle C. Please remember that because these opposite interior angles are equal, which means angle A is equal to angle C. Angle B, boy, is equals to angle D, donkey. Remember that, class. The opposite interior angles are equal. Means angle A is equal to angle C. Understand or not? Understand
Yes,
or not?
teacher.
As angle of D and C is equals to 100. Even though teachers say the opposite interior angles are equal, which means angle A is equals to angle C, angle B is equals to angle D are equal, but the total angle of D and C, can you see the straight line here? The angle G and angle C are equal. Not equal, which means if we add up both of these angles, the total degree that we will get is 180 degree. Understand?
What the form says.
Understand or not? Can I move to the next slide?
That
Yes,
is
teacher.
what is story. And what is the setting?
Okay. And
What is
then
the setting of this story?
this parallelogram, as I mentioned earlier, so intersect each other at the halfway points, bisect each other, means AC is equals to BD. So we have each diagonals separates it into two congruent triangles, but this one is just for your knowledge, but this one is not important in your exams. The only thing you need to find is the unknown angles of the parallelograms. No matter which shape is given in your worksheets, you have to find the unknown angle of the shapes. Okay, for the perimeter of parallelogram. Okay, how about the perimeter of a parallelogram? Okay, so how to find the perimeter of a parallelogram? Who can tell the teacher how to find the perimeter of the parallelogram?
Plus the length with width.
Plus what?
The length and the width.
For perimeter is also the same. Sorry, for parallelogram is also the same. It's also this means, okay, how many sides we have for parallelogram?
4.
4 sides. So what is the okay, no, but is parallelogram quadrilateral or not
A
quadrilateral?
quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral, very good. Why? Because parallelogram
4
also
sides.
we have 4 sides. So the total interior angles for parallelogram is what? Teacher said no matter which shape, if the shape has 4 sides, the interior angles is 360 degree, correct? So what is the angle, total angle for parallelogram, class?
See where the story starts.
Hello, class.
360 degree.
Very good. The total angle for parallelogram is 360 degree. And then same for perimeter. No matter which shape, the perimeter, how to calculate the perimeter? You have to add up all the sides. For example, B is the opposite side, also B. If we have A here, the opposite sides is a parallel lines, right? Also A. So how to find the perimeter? B plus A plus B plus A to find the perimeter of the parallelograms. Teacher said the methods are same. Understand or not? Understand or not, class?
Jackson,
Class, can you understand?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, and then how to find the area of a parallelogram? Okay, this one for this one, okay, I have to stop until here. Means the area I don't want to touch for now. For now, I want you all to know how to find the perimeter and then the angles of the shapes. Correct? Okay, so I have to cancel this slide and then I have to move to the second slide. Okay, because for this topic I have prepared three slides for you all, okay, which means also the same topic, the four-sided figures one. Okay, can you all see? This one is more detailed, means the types of the quadrilaters as I showed earlier. Also square involved in quadrilateral. We have four equal sides and four right angles, correct? The box indicates 90 degrees, right? Correct or not?
Grab the string of fish
Correct or not?
Yes, teacher.
in the
Okay, so square also is a quadrilateral. Rectangle also is a quadrilateral, correct? Because the quadrilateral with two pairs of equal sides. Two pairs of equal sides, and then we have four right angle, right? 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree. No matter what shape is this, the total interior angle 90 degree. So I'm just repeating the same thing lah, because it's with the diagram here. And also the parallelogram. Teacher say the quadrilateral with opposite sides that are parallel of opposite sides, and we have the equal length and also equal angle. Okay. Parallelogram, teacher said, also is a quadrilateral four-sided shapes, and then the total interior angle, how many? How many? Hello, total interior angle, how many? For parallelogram, class?
360 degrees.
Very good. And then same goes to the rhombus. Rhombus is what? Also four equal sides and opposite angles. And then the total interior angle for rhombus also 360 degree. Okay. Let's say if the worksheet teacher have given the shapes, you have to write whether the shape is a quadrilateral or not a quadrilateral, or else you have to identify the shapes of the name of the shapes given. Okay, as you all know, number one is the rectangle shape, correct? But number two, we don't even know what shape is this. We call it as an irregular shape. Number three is the rhombus. Number four is a parallelogram, and number five is a trapezoid or trapezium. You can use either one, trapezium. Okay?
Okay, very good.
It's for shape. And then number six, as we all know, is a square. Okay, what is the differences between a rhombus and a square? Since square is in the straight line, correct? All the sides are equal but is in the straight line. But a rhombus is a sliding a bit. Even though all four sides are equal length, but if the shapes are sliding a bit, we call it as a rhombus. Understand or not? Understand or not?
Yes, teacher.
Understand or not? Yes, we call it as a rhombus. Okay. And then the very important thing that we need to know is the interior angle of a quadrilateral always equal to 360 degrees. Please don't get confused with the interior angle and the internal angle. Both are same. Okay, so the interior angle or the internal angle of a quadrilateral always 360 degree. Understand or not? So please do remember what is mean by trapezoid. Okay, I'm going to show Why? Because, okay, why some of the worksheets or some of the notes they call it as a trapezoid, some of the slides they call it as a trapezium. Why? Okay, so the property of the quadrilateral I have mentioned earlier. Okay, let's say in the exam they have drawn a quadrilateral and then ask you all to find the measurement. Let's say only 2 of the measurement is given or 3 of the measurement is given. So as what I showed last time, to find this you have to add up all to find the unknown one, correct or not? You have to add up everything and then you can minus with the 360 degree to find the unknown angle. Is it okay?
Are you sure number 2 is A?
Understand or not?
Finally, that
But
Teacher.
the interior angle should be 360 degree. Very good. And then same goes to the square. Teacher said all the sides are 90 degree. So if we have 4 sided of 90 degrees, if we add up all together, the total should be 360 degree. Is it clear?
yes, number 3
Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. And then same goes to the types of quadrilaterals. Why? Teacher said just now. Okay, this one are special types of quadrilateral. Sometimes are also included in the definition of other shapes. For example, a square, a rhombus, rectangle are also parallelogram. Okay, parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus. Please don't get confused with rhombus and also the square. So why we use trapezoid and also trapezium? Because in US they call as trapezoids. In UK they call it both are same. Understand? And then the shape kite has 4-sided, so we call it as a quadrilateral. Okay, who can tell to teacher? In between all the shapes, which shape is not a quadrilateral? Is any of the shape here is not a quadrilateral?
Trapezoid? All are quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral. Why? Who can give the answer? Oh, give me the answer just now.
Me.
The extra. Adish, you are.
Yes.
No. Why you say trapezoid? Trapezoid is 4-sided one.
No, quadrilateral.
None of them lah. Yes, it's a quadrilateral. None of them lah, because all are 4-sided. Why? I just tell me. Hello, don't get confused, okay? Since all the shapes we have 4-sided, so all the shapes are quadrilateral. None of the shapes are not quadrilateral.
For each picture to tell this part of the story.
So all the shapes are quadrilateral. Understand?
What is happening in the first?
Is it clear, my dear?
Yes, teacher.
Is it clear? Okay, types of quadrilateral shapes. Also, what did I mention just now? The rectangle is a 4-sided shape where every angle is a right angle. So also opposite sides are parallel and of equal length. As I said earlier, opposite sides are equal. Okay. And then the rhombus. Okay, just now teacher never explained about the rhombus. Rhombus also same. Rhombus is exactly like a square. All the 4 sides are equal, but it's a what is differences between the rhombus and also the square.
Where broke the hole
Class,
in the
What is the differences between the rhombus and also the square? Who can tell the teacher? There is only one differences in between. I mean, in between rhombus